Okay, good morning everyone. Paul here from Hobby to Business on this freezing southeast Queensland morning. It's for you guys out there that aren't around southeast Queensland, it is absolutely freezing here this morning. So, okay, so today our Q&A, what we're going to do is get rid of that sunlight in the video to start with. Sorry about this, we're playing on the fly here, people. There we go, that's a bit better. Okay, so this morning's Q&A, we've got a couple of questions that have been sent in to us, and after that we've got a pretty exciting announcement about a new weekly show that we're going to be doing. So we'll start off with the questions. Okay, we were sent some pretty good ones this week, and as we always say at Hobby to Business, there are no silly questions. You know, when you're starting off from a certain platform, there's absolutely no silly questions. We've got another 3 questions this week, and we try to stick to, in our live Q&As, we try to stick to 2 or 3 questions that we can go into a little bit of detail about. If we find if we go through too many questions, we're not getting in where, you know, and giving that information that the people that ask the questions want to know. So the first one is, how much money do I absolutely need to start? So really, you can do a $0 setup or a near $0 setup, because when you look at it, I'm trouble with that sunlight again. There we go. That's a little bit better. When you start up, there's so many platforms that you can use that cost you absolutely nothing, like Facebook, Twitter. Okay, anything like that where you can advertise your product. So a lot of people think that you've got to spend money straight away to go in and start making money. You don't. You need to market. You need to get people to understand that you have a product, because if you're spending money on it, what we always say at Hobby to Business is, if you're spending money on it, we guarantee that there's thousands of other people, millions of other people out there spending money on it as well. So what you've got to do is, you've just got to get your product out there, and you can do that free. It costs nothing at all. So for an example here, you know, the person that asked this question about how much money do I absolutely need to start up, sells handmade chocolates. So, you know, if we were to use that example and say to sell handmade chocolates, you know, or from a chocolate shop, you'd need a storefront, all of that type of stuff. Like a lot of people are going to think straight away, you've got to have this big setup where you have a store and people come to buy, you know, the chocolate off you. Not so. eBay, Facebook, okay? It's easy. You don't need a storefront, okay? If you're already making the chocolates, whatever you're spending already is all it's going to cost you. You've just got to start getting to that next level where, you know, you can sell it to more people regularly. So, and I mean, that level is easy to get to because you've got things like Facebook. So basically what you do is, then once you start making some money, once you start making a little bit of money from selling online, then you use that to gear up. Okay, that's the money you use to gear up and buy, maybe in the example of this particular person with the chocolates, you know, it might be buying some different ingredients to give you a different product line. It might be buying something else you need to make a different product. So really what you can do is you can market for free. Market for free. That's the first step. Use free marketing to get a bigger audience. When you get that bigger audience and you start making and getting some money in, that's when you expand. So you grow organically. Okay? Big, you know, it really is a big thing with us. We push growing organically. Don't go out and spend that money and then have to make that money back. Okay? You know, in our sense of what we do and what people with Hobby to Business are going to do, going out and getting a loan and spending money and having to pay that money back on a business is crazy. You do not need to do it, okay? Advertise on free platforms. Get your business base up. Start selling some more. As you make money, you spend it and you grow. So you grow, or a term we use regularly is you grow organically. Okay. Second question we got that we had sent in was, there are quite a few other businesses already like mine. How do I stand out from the others? So really, the first step is to analyze the other businesses that you are in competition with. And you really need to, it doesn't take long. You can sit down, analyze these other businesses and look at exactly why they stand out or why people are buying products from them. What are their differentiators? You know, is it, let's go back to the chocolate example. Do they have a particular type of chocolate or a lolly or something that people like? It's sort of like their signature. Is it a quality thing? Is it that they advertise in a certain way? Are they advertise in a really funky way that catches people's eyes? You know, what is it that differentiates them? And then what you can do is you need to go back and you need to then analyse your business in the terms of what made their business stand out. And then look at what makes your business stand out. Is it quality? Is it, for example, with our birds that we have, we noticed with our bird hobby that we sell birds in, what we found out years ago was we'd buy a lot of birds and they weren't quality birds. You know, probably 50% of the birds we would buy in for our breeding stock, we would have to put a lot of time and effort and work into to get them up to the level of where they were great breeding stock. Sorry, this sun's giving us hell this morning. I will. No good. No good. There we go. We're not having a lot of luck here. Hold on. Here we go. There we go. That's a bit better. Okay, so what we've got is we found that one of the differentiators we needed was quality. So we concentrate on the quality of the animal we produce. You know, it's all about the quality of the animal and the mutation. The other thing we worked on was that we decided to breed animals that were very hard in the market, so niche markets, birds that were hard to breed, birds that were hard to get. And that's what we've really aimed at, is those two. That's how we've differentiated our business, is we have birds that are, one, we concentrate on the quality of the birds we breed. Two, we concentrate on birds that are hard to breed and hard to get going. That's the big thing. So that's where we differentiate our business in that area. So, you know, a good question that we've got written down here that Michelle's actually prepared for me is, to this particular answer is, what is going to make someone purchase my product over someone else's? That's a great question for you to sit there and just list out the positives and the negatives, and you need to be honest with yourself on the product you produce. You really need to be honest, because this process isn't going to work if you are not honest with yourself, okay? So the third question that we've been sent is a really good one as well. How much do I need to know about business if I want to turn my hobby into a business? Okay, you're going to need to know something about it, but as we always say, with your hobby and with business, you need to find a mentor, okay? The biggest thing is to find a mentor, because what you want to do, rarely has it never been done before. So you don't need to go out and you don't need to go out and reinvent the wheel, okay? The information is there. You just need to use it. In a hobby sense, you need to find someone who, and look for someone who's at that next level. There's always somebody at the next level. Look at that person at the next level and use their lessons. You know, let them become your mentor in your particular hobby. And then in business, you need to find a mentor. You know, and that's obviously where we step in, is hobby to business. We are business mentors. Like, we obviously have our own particular hobbies, which we like to mentor people in. You know, as in bird breeding and Court Financial, Michelle's business. But, you know, all in all, like, with hobby to business, that's why we do what we do, is hobby to business, is we become that mentor that helps people build from the the level where they are to the level where they want to be, where their hobby becomes a passive income stream for them to help them in their household. So, basically the answer to that one is you don't need to know anything. Find a mentor, okay? Find a mentor, someone that can help you. There's, in hobbies and passions, there is always good people that are willing to help, okay? And it's not hard to find those people. It is the communities are so large, but in a sense, they're so small, they're easy to find because you've got things like Facebook and things like that where you can access these people quite easily. You don't need to go somewhere. You can access them in your own home on Facebook groups and things like that. Organisations like ours, like Hobby to Business, where you can jump on our membership website, which I might add is after a 10-month build. We've taken a lot of time to get this right for people out there. So it's nice and easy to use, constructive information, should be up and running in the next week or two. So we're very happy because we've put a lot of work into it over the last 10 months to make it happen. But it'll be up and running in the next couple of weeks. So we'll be sure to let everyone know when it's up and running so you can go and have a look. And, there'll be information there that can help. It's all information that helped us to do what we've done and turn our passions into a profit. So, short answer to that question, no, you don't need to know a lot about business, okay? It's about talking to people that can help you. And Hobby to Business steps right in there. Or, there's other people out there that can help you do that as well. Now, the other thing we want to talk about today is we are now going to start a new weekly show within the next month or so. Now, what we want to do is we want you to name that show. So we want you to send in, jump in the bottom of this, email us, do whatever you want, but send us information or send us something on what you think the show could be called. What the show is it's going to be a weekly drop-in where we jump on and we're going to talk about behind-the-scenes stuff. We're going to talk about, equipment we use, gear we use, how we've done it. Specifically, this is going to be where people can jump in and specifically see what and how we've done things. We will answer specific questions. It'll be people's chance to find out how things are really done. So that's what it's going to be about. So we want you to name our weekly show that's going to be coming up in the next couple of weeks. So jump on, send us, jump in below this, comment below this, and tell us what you think it should be named. We will pick the best name that we think is put into the competition, and that person will get naming rights over that weekly show every week. So you will get a mention every week. So, for example, if it's Dana's Boutique Chocolates and you decide and you win, then every week, our weekly show, you will get a mention or an ad on that weekly show every week when we come on. So it's a pretty big prize because it's going to get you, as you get on our, we have a following of over 9,000 people so far. So whoever tunes into that show every week, you are going to get your hobby, your passion advertised to all of those people and more that can get you out there, get you customers, as we said before, using a free platform to get your product out there and for you to make money. So jump on, give us your ideas, and we'll pick a winner for the comp. The last thing before we finish today is 3 things I want you to do, or I'd like you to do, is jump onto our Facebook page, follow us on Facebook. Jump onto our landing page, it's up at the moment, chuck your email address in, and we can contact you when things are happening and we can let you know. You don't have to search for us at all. We will send emails directly to you and let you know that's everything that is happening with Hobby to Business and everything that you can get. The third thing is to jump onto our YouTube channel and subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you do those 3 things, you will not miss a thing from Hobby to Business, and everything we can do to help you turn your passion into a profit, you will not miss a thing. We can help you transform your lifestyle into the one that you've wanted. Do the things you want to do every day and make money out of it. So you do those 3 things and you won't miss a tip that we put out there. So thanks for your time today. And from Michelle and I at Hobby to Business, we'll see you next time.